Leon speaks again, but this time not with homilies, nor with interviews or official speeches. What speaks are his appointments, silent choices, but full of meaning. Some names are reassuring, others are controversial, but they all tell something. Do you really want to understand where the Church is going? Then stay with me until the end. As reported in the Press Office Bulletin of June 24th, Pope Leo appointed 19 new members of the dicastery for Institutes of Consecrated Life and Societies of Apostolic Life. The choices, which include 5 cardinals, outline a clear direction. Some names raise questions about the future of traditional liturgy and religious life, more anchored to contemplation. Others bring missionary experiences or signs of balance. In times of silent transformation, these appointments speak louder than manifestos. The name of Cardinal Arthur Roche, already known for his role as prefect of divine worship, is perhaps the most eloquent among those inserted in the new organizational chart of the dicastery. His figure is inextricably linked to the season of liturgical restrictions that followed the promulgation of Traditionis Custodes. It was he who gave concrete form to that change, interpreting it with rigor and determination, often going beyond the letter of the text. His presence in a dicastery that now has the task of overseeing religious orders, many of which are linked to the celebration of the Mass in Latin, has been greeted with great concern in various ecclesial circles. This is not just a technical appointment, but a clear signal. We are moving towards an ever tighter control of the communities that guard the tradition. For many faithful, religious, and priests, the hope of a serene and constructive dialogue between the different liturgical souls of the Church is thus extinguished. Roche's appointment appears as further confirmation that the dominant direction does not foresee spaces for reconciliation with the past, but rather a progressive disciplining of the most ancient expressions of faith. Among the names indicated, that of Cardinal Cristobal Lopez Romero, Archbishop of Rabat, stands out. If you appreciate our service of disclosure and believe in the values of truth and transparency, buy a super thank you. Each content requires commitment, study, and dedication, and our work is entirely self-financed. Your support helps us to continue this mission. Thank you very much. A Salesian religious, already known for his commitment in Muslim contexts and for a pastoral care oriented towards dialogue and inclusiveness, Lopez Romero has publicly expressed his support for Fiducia supplicans, defending the possibility of blessings for irregular situations. In a recent statement, he said that even those opposed to the document would be morally obliged to support it, sparking a not insignificant debate. His appointment to a dicastery that exercises delicate oversight over religious communities could provide a more assertive pastoral direction, less open to theological and cultural nuances. While, on the one hand, his profile appears consistent with the current ecclesial setting, on the other, he risks accentuating that silent fracture that runs through many institutes and communities in the world, especially where a balance between truth and mercy is invoked. In a group marked by strong and sometimes divisive figures, the appointment of Cardinal Giorgio Marengo brings a different breath. Consolata missionary, apostolic prefect in Mongolia, he is today the youngest member of the College of Cardinals. His experience is made of distant lands, small communities, simple but profound dialogues. He is a man who's, more than declaring, testifies and for this very reason, perhaps, he strikes. His presence in the dicastery for consecrated life does not generate controversy, but rather inspires respect. He has not taken a public position on controversial issues, and his life speaks, instead of essentiality, prayer and daily fidelity. In an ecclesial context crossed by strong tensions, many see in him a silent point of balance. Of course, his weight within the dicastery may be limited compared to other more influential names, but the fact remains, his nomination is a small sign that, even today, there is still room for a church that listens, that serves, that does not divide. Among the best-known names among the new members of the dicastery is that of Cardinal Pizzaballa, Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem. His personal history is marked by a profile of mediation, presence in places of conflict, and great attention to dialogue, both ecumenical and political. He was the only one in 2023 to publicly offer himself as a hostage for the liberation of civilians in the Holy Land, a gesture that left its mark. His nomination, therefore, is not surprising. He is a well-known face, esteemed with solid experience. He is not a man of ruptures, nor of ideological battles. Indeed, he has often chosen the path of silence, patience, diplomacy. However, those who expected from him a voice of clear openness towards traditional forms of religious life have remained, at least until now, waiting. His line, even on the liturgical front, has been one of prudent alignment with the general provisions, without particular concessions or distinctive interventions. Perhaps this is precisely his style, avoiding fractures, seeking spaces for coexistence, remaining within the realm of possibility. For some, it is a sign of balance. For others, a missed opportunity. But one thing is certain: his presence in the dicastery at such a delicate moment is not without weight. Among the most discussed appointments is that of Cardinal Jaime Spengler, Archbishop of Porto Alegre and a prominent figure in the Latin American ecclesial panorama. President of the Episcopal Conference of Brazil and of the Latin American Episcopal Council, CELAM. He is known for a pastoral approach, open to enculturation and new liturgical forms. Spengler expressed favorable positions on Fiducia supplicans, arguing that the Church cannot deny blessings to authentic human needs. A language that, although driven by pastoral intentions, has raised many doubts among the faithful, linked to a clearer and more defined vision of the moral order. But that's not all. He was among the main supporters of the so-called Amazonian Rite, a still undefined liturgical form which includes symbolic and cultural elements typical of indigenous populations, and which opened the debate on married clergy and female diaconate. In public, Spengler alternated openness with references to liturgical unity, generating an impression of ambiguity that is not always easy to decipher. His appointment to the dicastery for consecrated life, which has among its responsibilities the supervision of religious institutes, is interpreted by some as a step toward a more fluid conception of ecclesial identity, a vision that favors adaptation to culture over the custody of form. Many are now wondering what impact this presence will have on orders and communities that, on the contrary, seek their raison d'être in the stability of form and doctrine. The appointments speak clearly. Some reinforce already known lines, others surprise for their balance. For those who are tied to tradition, it is the time of silent vigilance, not surrender. Remain firm, without noise. What do you think? If you liked the video, comment Amen. God bless you.